You know, keep your applause going for Alethea Black. Come on up, Alethea.
People sometimes use the word miracle a little casually, as in, I got to the store 3 seconds before it closed, and I bought the last bag of kitty litter. It was a miracle. But the story I'm going to tell you tonight is about a real miracle. In 1998, I had a problem. I wanted to be a writer, but I didn't yet know how to write. In fact, even though I was 29 years old, I didn't yet know how to do a lot of things, including pay my bills, file my taxes, and feed myself properly. But I'd heard about this prestigious writing competition, so I printed out some of my best work, stuck it in an envelope, and raced to the post office. The only trouble was, because of the way I did things in those days, I showed up at the all-night post office across from Madison Square Garden. The contest had a deadline of midnight on December 31st. And I showed up at the all-night post office at 11:59 on New Year's Eve. And I wasn't expecting other people to have postal needs at that hour. So I missed the deadline by a few seconds. After I left the building, I stood on the stone steps under the enormous inscription, neither snow, nor rain, nor heat, nor gloom of night, feeling disappointed in everything, especially myself. And when it started to snow, I started to cry. A postman in his blue cap was coming up the steps, which I guess makes sense because that's where they work. And when he asked me what the matter was, I told him about the contest I wouldn't be winning and how I'd squandered my chance at even being considered. And I kept saying, if only I'd gotten here only 1 minute earlier. He waited until I'd finished, and then he said, honey, when it ain't your time, you can't make it happen. And when it is your time, you can't stop it. I liked that. That kind of cheered me up and even became my mantra for a while. But before long, I found myself wondering, well, when's it going to be my time? Because it seemed as if everything around me in those years was designed to accentuate the feelings of impatience and longing that were building up inside me. I'd watch a baseball game and think, when do I get to have an at-bat? Or I'd go to the theater and wonder, when do I get to sing my heart out? It was as if the heat was on, but everything I wanted was out of reach. And it was difficult because while this was going on, it seemed that all manner of success was being visited upon every single one of my artist friends. It was as though if you had a giant pile of fireworks, their lives were the ones that would go off and fill the entire horizon with explosions of color. And my life was a bag of kitty litter. 5 years went by, then 10 years, then 12. Then something terrible happened. My sister's husband got sick, really sick, where on a Friday it felt as if he were coming down with the flu. And by Monday, a staph infection had made him septic, and all of his organs were shutting down. And the doctors had to try to explain to my sister that her husband of 10 years and the father of their 4 small children was maybe going to die. So I prayed for a miracle, a real miracle. And I asked everyone I knew to pray. But we didn't get it. David died, and I couldn't believe it. And I still can't believe it. And I don't think I will ever fully believe or understand how it is that one person is given 96 years and another only 37 years, or 3 years, or 1 week, or 1 day. But after David died, my perspective on so many things changed, including that girl crying on the steps of the post office on New Year's Eve. I used to think she was an incompetent loser who needed an alarm clock, an MFA, and possibly a slap in the face. But now I look back at her as if from a great distance, a distance greater than years, and I think, look, you discovered what makes you, you. You had taken the truth of your heart and put it on a piece of paper and put a stamp on it. You had found your dream and you were chasing after it with both hands. That was your time. You just didn't see it. It's always our time. That's the miracle.